Hey, this is Dave Erickson, author of Weight Loss Failure is Not Your Fault, coming to you from my living room. Well, this is my big leather easy chair in my living room, and I spend a lot of time here in the evenings between 7 and 9 o'clock either reading or watching some TV. And often at this time of night, I get these urges to have a bowl of popcorn or maybe join my daughter, my 6-year-old daughter, in having a malt. So this time of the day, my brain has that association with popcorn or malts or snacks or treats, which is very common, and you probably share it as well. But of course, we can't do that every night if we're trying to lose weight, so what do we do? Now, a little background to help you understand how this tip works is if you think about the needs that you have, you've got emotional needs, like feeling good about yourself, feeling significant, feeling connected, feeling loved, feeling that you're smart, whatever. And you've got physical needs. And those physical needs are obviously food. If we didn't eat, we'd eventually die. And there's water. If you don't get hydrated, you'll eventually die. And you can go for several weeks without food. And you can go only maybe up to a week without water. So on the needs scale, water is a little bit higher than food as far as your need. And if you've ever been really thirsty, you know this, that you'd rather have a nice big glass of water than have something to eat when you're really thirsty. Now there's something that's even more important to your body than water or food. And what do you think that is? That's right, it's air, it's breathing. You can only go for maybe a minute or two without breathing. So air, your cells need oxygen, so that really is the highest need that your body has. And our needs are all balanced. If you've ever had this happen, or you've heard of someone that's had this happen, where you have a loved one pass away or someone close to you pass, and that huge emotion causes you to not want to eat and you lose weight. But what you find is that that person does eventually eat, but their hunger has to get so high that it outweighs that emotional pain of losing that loved one before they do finally eat. They don't eat at the very first feeling of feeling a little bit hungry, a little bit of a whim to eat, because that emotion is so big. The feeling of hunger has to get really high before they do eventually eat. So it's really a balance between our needs and which one wins out. So you can use this to overtake your hunger need in the evening when you start to have that sensation, that feeling, that need that's boiling up, and you're thinking about it and you're focusing on it and you're trying not to think about it, but it's impossible not to think about something. You just think about it more. So by using this technique, understanding that the most important need your body has is air. And if you restrict that and take it away, it's going to be very traumatic to your body, and it's going to forget about its need for food. So it's real simple. All you do is you hold your breath for a while, and then you let the air back in, and you're going to feel this sensation of, relief overtake your body. As you take that breath in, you take another 2 or 3 breaths in to get back to feeling comfortable, then you hold your breath again until it starts to get uncomfortable. You take the air back in again until you get comfortable. And you do this 2, 3, or 4 times, and what you're going to find is that, wow, that desire to have that snack is gone. And you can do this while you're reading, you can do this while you're watching TV. It's just a matter of just holding your breath, doing this. Take a deep breath in, and holding your breath. And I'm not going to do the entire time for the sake of time, but just holding your breath. Now, of course, if you're with somebody in the living room, you need to let them know what the heck you're doing, so they don't think you're doing something weird. And they might think you're weird, but it really does work. If you think about the background of it, it makes sense, doesn't it? You can only last a few minutes without air, so that is your body's, your brain's most important need is air, and when you start to take that away, it's going to forget about food. So use that technique, give it a try it several times. Yes, it's going to seem odd and abnormal and weird to you, but if you think about it, if you've never done this before, of course it's going to feel weird. But it's one of the many tips that I'm going to show you that's going to help you to control your cravings and be successful. This is Dave Erickson, Live by Choice.